With no exaggeration, this is one of the most fun leagues of Magic I have ever played, and I think one of the coolest decks I've ever played on the channel. Buckle up, you are in for a treat today. Hello folks, Phil Gallagher, aka ThrabenU here for another Legacy video. And today, Kevin asked me to brew curses around Herald of Amity. So, the top portion of this card is what matters. When this creature enters, exile the top 8 cards of your library. You may cast an aura spell from among them without paying its mana cost, then put the rest on the bottom in a random order. And it also gets a little bigger if you have some auras when it attacks. That part, we're not so much concerned with. Today, we are jamming, as I said in the intro. This is a very mana-heavy deck. We are north of 50% mana in this deck. Our goal is to cast one spell, resolve it, and win the game. That's what we're doing. And most of the time, we are hoping that this is a Curse of Misfortunes. At the beginning of your upkeep, you search for a curse card that doesn't have the same name as a curse attached to the player, put it onto the battlefield, and attach it to that player. With the idea being that you do something like Overwhelming Splendor to shut off all their creature abilities and make them 1/1. Then get rid of all of their 1/1 creatures, and after that you can win the game basically however you want, with Cruel Reality being the thing that is easiest to win the game with, and something like Curse of Fool's Wisdom being a curse with a different name that you could also be doing. And for the combo decks, we also have a Curse of Exhaustion that we can search up. Note that the odds of Herald of Amity hitting one card are pretty good, but not perfect. Ballpark, we're going to hit a little bit over 80% of the time. And when we hit, it's real good. And when we miss, we go, "Arr!" and we complain, and it'll be good content nevertheless. In the sideboard, I am playing a few more curses, so that in the fair matchups, I can just increase my density of curses within my deck to make Herald of Amity hit a little bit more. And we also are going to be playing some play sets of things that can help us in certain matchups. We basically don't have the ability to attack in this deck, so Erode for answering planeswalkers and creatures at the same time is pretty good. We have Disruptor Flute as just generic anti-combo, and then Leyline of the Void rounds things out. So we're jamming. There may or may not be a ton of agency in this game. There certainly will be a lot of luck involved today. We'll see how it goes. And if you want to play a Curses deck or anything else, please consider getting your cards from my sponsor, TOAMagic.com. And when you do, use promo code ThrabenU to save yourself a little bit on your order and let them know that I sent you their way. I probably have to do my quarterly Commander update soon, so I'll probably be getting some cards myself. A little birthday treat. My birthday's the 23rd for reference, just in case you are curious. So that will be for yesterday's video in weird future fill time, I guess. All right, with that being said, I'm rambling, so let's battle. All right, I'm keeping my hand here. I think I attempt Curse of Misfortunes on turn 2. Dark Ritual mana, Ancient Tomb gets us to 5. If it resolves, amazing, we're off to the races. And if it doesn't, I can then do the One Ring on 4 mana. Ooh, it's Elves. Our Curse of Misfortunes is going to resolve. And I don't know if you've ever resolved those big curses versus elves, but it's disgustingly good. I do not need that land drop. Lotus Petal as well. Yeah. I think I just used the Lotus Petal to save life here. Like, I should not lose the game once Curse of Misfortunes is in play. It has to get Boseju'd. And I think it has to get Boseju'd this turn. Verdant comes down. Nettle Sentinel bashes in, then opponent can cast whatever they want to cast in their second main phase to untap Nettle Sentinel. Quarian Ranger. All right, yeah, we get to just do the thing here. So I will say yes, and I think we start with Overwhelming Splendor. All your things are 1/1s, and then I will also just Fog here with the One Ring. I guess it's very awkward if I draw Curse of Death's Hold. Roll Reality still probably just kills. My opponent is attacking into my Fog from the One Ring. I will allow it. Boseiju comes down as a land. Once Overwhelming Splendor is in play, it doesn't get to do its cool thing. Opponent is asking about that in chat. I'm going to take a second to explain. Okay, opponent knows what's up now. I don't think I want to draw my thing that kills all of my opponent's creatures forever here. I don't think I need to activate the One Ring to win this game. So I'm just simply not going to. I'm sorry, Elves Flare. We absolutely bodied you there. GG. And I have more copies of Curse of Deathhold and Overwhelming Splendor that I can board in if I feel like that's a good idea. And I probably will. How do I board here? I think there's a lot of ways. Like, legitimately, Disruptor Flute on Boseiju is a thing that I could be thinking about. I don't know that I want to erode my opponent's creatures. I think I'm going to bring these in, get rid of a Duress, turn Curse of Fool's Wisdom into some of these, and I think I still want Curse of Exhaustion. More as something to hit off of Herald of Amity than as something to hardcast. Because Glimpse Lines are a thing if my opponent is playing Nettle Sentinel. I could also just cut one mana source. Like, that's just not crazy to do. I expect this matchup to be decided on turn 2 on average one way or another. Alright. 1-2. I have turn 2 the One Ring, or turn 3 just cast Curse of Death's Hold here. Is that fine? Seems fine. Like, I think it is better to just jam Curse of Misfortunes, but I don't know that I throw something back that can just play the One Ring on turn 2. Like, that one turn is a very, very big deal. Oh, the One Ring on turn 1? Alright. I think I have enough artifact mana and ritual mana in my deck that there's a decent chance that I could just cast Curse of Death's Hold immediately next turn anyway. Yeah. Draw. Yeah. Never didn't have it. Verdant Catacombs comes down. I have Fog, so that doesn't actually do any damage. Habits, though, right? Birch Lore comes down, and I'm just hoping for more things that will die to Curse of Death's Hold. White mana, Gaddock Teague. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's talk about this. Oh, Gaddock Teague's a problem, because I can't cast stuff that looks like this. Just draw Fatal Push, Lotus Petal? Chrome Mox. Okay. Thanks, I hate it. I will... Oh man, Teague's a beating. I'm willing to cast a Thoughtseize here. Oh, it's lands. There's a Boseiju there as well. Okay, I'm passing the turn. I'm taking 5 in combat and 2 from the One Ring. I'm actually in pretty bad shape. I mean, I guess I was right that the game was going to be decided on, like, turn 2, but I didn't expect my One Ring opener to fare so badly. Down to 7. I have so much mana. Answer to Teague, please. Fuck. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm dead. I died to Gaddock Teague. Ugh. How does this read? Is this a cast? It is a cast. Man, Teague, like, solos my deck. Alright, that probably means I need a few more copies of things that answer Teague. Or I just mulligan to something that sends on turn 1 or 2. I think I'm okay going up one more answer to Teague. So this is Dark Rit, 5 mana on turn 1, 2 Thoughtseize and the One Ring. I probably just keep that. And I can take a Teague or a tutor for a Teague. This is pod racing, though. Like, we're going fast, no apologies. Thoughtseize you. Yeah, I will take the Once Upon a Time that threatens to be other cards, that's fine. Play the One Ring, and try to spiral this to victory before my opponent does something busted. Wooded Foothills, presumably into a Wirewood, is not that big of a deal. Now I'm just looking for something busted to do. Swords is good. Alright, there's a Curse. Do I just Swords this? I think with a One Ring already in play, that's fine. Like, I know most of my opponent's hand. I know that they have Cradle. I'm going to look at a lot of cards to finish this game off. There's Wirewood. I'll lose 2. Down to 14. Draw some cards. All right, there is a Herald for next turn. Or a Curse, honestly. I'm just going to go ahead and remove this. We're just trying to do speed bumps here. Opponent will use their turn to go and get a Dryad Arbor. And 2 uses of Gaia's Cradle. Or Ye Old Elvish Visionary. Warms the heart. I can get rid of a One Ring eventually. I'd like to draw some fast mana. Okay, fantastic. Let's see what we draw. There's Curse of Death's Hold that I can just do immediately. That seems fine. Yeah. And then I think I will take 4 to my One Ring, play another one, and then probably be good. And I can just discard this Ancient Tomb. Okay. So, am I okay drawing a few more cards? I think I am. I don't have to worry about Bowmasters here or anything. So I will go, yeah. I didn't draw any Dark Rituals, which is what I wanted to draw. I will just keep a different One Ring. Then Scrubland. I don't think I need to Thoughtseize. Like, I think my life is just valuable at this point. Get rid of Ancient Tomb and Overwhelming Splendor and the Thoughtseize that I don't think I need to cast. And my opponent is just chilling. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I can just hard cast a Cruel Reality here. Seems good. Yeah. Oh, I actually don't have very many fetchables left. Alright, Cruel Reality. And this will kill my opponent very, very quickly. And helps against creatures that they slip into play that get around Curse of Death's Hold. Oh, they played out Boseiju as a land. Such is the desperate straits they are in for mana. To Boseiju. Absolutely. By my last fetchable here, I will say no to Chrome Mox. I don't need that. And I'm not going to draw cards with the One Ring anymore. I have 7 mana plus Dark Ritual here. Spin the wheels. For the people. Spin the wheels for the people. Don't do me dirty, Herald. Overwhelming Splendor, Curse of Death's Hold assembled. On top of that, I wasn't done. I wasn't done yet. I had more violence. I had so much more violence left in me with all of these curses. GG's. Great proof of concept. Great first round for this deck. Today's video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, and I love them. I have over 1,000 deck lists here. And I think the thing that I like the most about them is they're more than just a basic deck builder. If you need information about your next pre-release or where you can get cards, they have that sort of stuff here too. Whether you need to manage your collection or just a couple of decks, Moxfield does it all. So go check them out. Okay, can I Thoughtseize with this hand? Scrubland, Dark Ritual, Thoughtseize, 2 mana remaining, Chrome Mox, Imprint, Curse of Death's Hold, Herald. Does that whole thing still work if I just Chrome Mox first, on the off chance that I see like multiple Force of Wills? Chrome Mox, Imprint, Curse, Thoughtseize, Scrubland, Dark Ritual, Lotus Petal, Herald. Yes, that all still works. Or I could just scrub Thoughtseize. Alright. Yeah. Aluren and a Sararak. I will take the Aluren. And we're jamming. No fear. Herald would never do me dirty. Herald is incapable of missing. 82%? That's basically 100%. Here we go. Overwhelming Splendor. I will Overwhelming Splendor my opponent on turn 1. Nice deck. Yeah, that's right. Curses, baby. League is straight fire. Okay. More copies of Overwhelming Splendor seems good. My opponent casting a Show and Tell is horrifying. They would probably prefer to win with the Aluren combo, but I don't know that they can fully rely on it. Swords is weird. Swords can disrupt the Aluren combo, but it is pretty mediocre versus the Show and Tell side of the deck. Do I need the One Ring? I probably need the One Ring, right? I don't want to need the One Ring here. I want to just resolve my thing and have it work. Swords are kind of bad. Except when they're the best thing in the deck, to clarify. I think I like these. I just want to be able to hit those more frequently. Do I just go down on swords? Like, it's okay if I draw one, I never want to draw the second sort of situation. Feels weird to not play Disruptor Flute. That might just be wrong. Like, boarding out the One Ring and boarding in 4 Disruptor Flutes might be totally reasonable. Land, Chrome Mox, Imprint, Curse, Lotus Petal, Imprint whatever card I draw, send the One Ring is like, okay. I might just mulligan this one. This is the same hand, but better. I'll keep this and put a Cruel Reality back in deck, I think. It's possible I should hold that for Show and Tell, but I'll probably draw something big and stupid that I could put in against a Show and Tell. Flooded Strand, Lotus Petal, Fetching, and Ponder. Ancient Tomb would let me One Ring on one. I think I just Thoughtseize. Veil of Summer is a thing. If Veil happens, I succeed in destroying a Lotus Petal, and I guess I'll take that. Alright. Opponent brainstorms. Scalding Tarn comes down, Lotus Petal comes back. I've drawn Cruel Reality. That's totally fine to put in off of a Show and Tell. I will take that. Yeah. I think I Ancient Tomb. I think there's a pretty good chance that this is not resolving. Like, it seems totally reasonable for my opponent to have consigns to board in, for example. It's a Brainstorm, not a consign. Alright, One Ring resolves. I'll take it. Card I drew is not great. And this is the spot where, like, the Erodes and Swords to Plowshares can look pretty good. That is a stock up. So my opponent is probably simultaneously looking for their own combo exit to this game, and also looking for a Force of Will that can stop whatever bullshit I cast on my next turn. And it's their turn 3 and they haven't played a land yet. So they're looking for a lot of stuff. They keep a card on top, which is scary for me. I will take 1. Land is not what I am looking for. Holy shit. Those were bad. That was just mono bricks. There's another brick. Alright. Last turn. That is a Show and Tell. I will bring my Overwhelming Splendor to class. That's on you. So, yuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A piece of artifact mana can just get me to Cruel Reality. Negative. Herald is fine. Herald taking 2? Or Herald using Lotus Petal? Probably Herald using Lotus Petal. The life amount is real. Alright, there's a Curse of Misfortunes that will now go on my opponent. And that can get backup in play for Overwhelming Splendor. That way, something like Boseiju, get rid of Overwhelming Splendor, doesn't kill me. Opponent ponders. I guess Herald of Amity can also attack my opponent. Just clock in for 5. Ooh. No. That'll do. And that's exactly what I wanted to play around. It just didn't happen. GG. Opponent says thank you for conceding. Yeah, that sucks. I'm not wasting my time doing that. And I recommend that you don't waste your time doing that either. I'm really worried that boarding out the One Ring results in me just not having enough things to cast. Like, with how heavy the mana, with how much mana I have in this deck, I really, I think need 12 things to send. I might board down 1 ETB tapped land that I don't think are great anyway, and get 1 more piece of interaction for a Sararak in there. Yes, I'm going to keep this. The question is then, which one do I send on turn 1? It's 4 mana like this either way. I think I play the One Ring on 1. That one's the bait. And then Herald. Good old Herald. We'll bring it home. Yeah. Dark Ritual. Jam the ring on 1. Okay. We fully expected that to happen. The hope is just that the opponent can't do that twice in a row. Alright. Curse is here for if Herald misses. Herald is not capable of missing. Here we go. Trigger. Oh yeah. Curse of Misfortunes or just Overwhelming Splendor. I think I just take the Overwhelming Splendor. It has to be answered before my opponent can play Magic. And I have another curse in my hand. Herald. +1. 16. Okay, yeah, opponent kept a Force of Will hand, and it wasn't enough. 13. Now, I have some junk in my own hand. Let's be clear here. I have 3 non-castable cards. Land drops are rather good. I don't know how many Boseiju Nature's Claim effects my opponent has. My guess is the answer is not very many. Chrome Mox does not get white mana here that allows me to cast Swords to Plowshares, unfortunately, which is a thing that I care about. Opponent has no play. Now I have a choice. I can cast Curse of Misfortunes, or I can just hold open Swords to Plowshares. Honestly, I think I just hold open Swords to Plowshares. Because I feel like the way that I am losing is to Acererak as of right now. Like, remove this and then Acererak me. We can think about doing the curse when I can hold open Swords to Plowshares mana as well. I have 1 Surveil land in here. Ancient Tomb. Yeah, I'll take that, because I just... Ancient Tomb, Swamp, Curse, hold open Swords with my Shadowy Backstreet. That's fine. And I'll do that pre-combat, so that Herald can attack for more. There's a Force of Will pitching a Show and Tell. Yep. In for 3, Herald. Think Herald is going all the way. Land drop. That is a Show and Tell. I will put in Cruel Reality. I will attach Cruel Reality to you. Note that this Atraxa currently does not fly, has no abilities. Herald, the absolute beast, gets there and kills our opponent. Herald, I never doubted you. And don't go back and check the logs where I said you attacking wouldn't be relevant. Don't go look at that. GG's. Opponent has revealed a Yorion to kick things off here. I have mana and a couple of Heralds to cast. I think I'm just going to keep this one. And it looks like it's probably D&T, which I think overall is going to be favorable for us. Yeah, I will keep a Dark Ritual. That just lets me slam the One Ring or Herald next turn. I suspect that the Herald is probably stronger to just do. Scrubland comes down. It's Emperor of Bones. Yeah, you got it. So let's go land drop, fetch a scrub, Dark Ritual, jam Herald, believe in Herald, Curse of Misfortunes occurs, and assuming that sticks around, that will solo my opponent. I don't think I need to Swords and Emperor of Bones. Prismatic Vista, a Solitude, absolutely. Just so that doesn't smack me, I think I will now Swords Emperor of Bones, and then I can lose Herald. Gone but not forgotten. Curse of Misfortunes happens. I will say yes. I will grab the Overwhelming Splendor, and I'll pass the turn here. My opponent's creatures are now effectively off, so I don't know how my opponent is expecting to win. They might just be waiting to see a little bit more information from me before conceding. Now, Wasteland is fine. Skyclave Apparition. That's a 1/1. You exile nothing. Fetch. Shadowy Backstreet again. That can stay on top, so I tutor that out, actually. I guess the Shadowy Backstreets don't make a lot of sense once Curse of Misfortune happens, huh? Yes, I will use this ability. Do Curse of Death's Hold now. Let's do Herald again, because it's fun. It might be optimal to, like, stop casting spells and not show my opponent more things. What are you expecting me to do? Not cast Herald? No! Herald hit Curse of Death's Hold. Wow, good job, Herald. Herald is, like, legitimately attacking for a very large amount of mana here. Sorry, a large amount of damage here. Yeah. Insane. GG's. So presumably, I resolve a curse, I win, is the way this game goes, and the way I lose is my opponent blowing up all of my lands. That seems reasonable. I could accordingly put Disruptor Flute on Wasteland if I want to play around that, or presumably I just do something that plays Herald or Curse of Misfortunes immediately. Probably get rid of Curse of Fool's Wisdom, just turn it into more Overwhelming Splendor. I want this other Curse of Death's Hold. I don't want Duress, and I can decide whether or not I want Erode. What am I even thought seizing? Knight of the White Orchid, I guess, is the answer. Or maybe just opposing thought seizes. Yeah, Thoughtseize seems pretty good against me, since I am kind of a YOLO send it deck. I'm not sure how I feel on, like, Thoughtseize versus Erodes versus Disruptor Flutes. This hand does nothing. I don't think I'm going to keep the hand that is attempting to hardcast Cruel Reality. I'm not that far away from doing it, but I think I can do better by finding a Curse of Misfortunes. Yes, this is fine. I'm probably just going to keep mana and 2 payoff cards here in case I get Thoughtseized. I'm going to get rid of swords. How many basics are in my deck? 2. Okay, so ye old basic land plan is not super reliable. Ramox? Sure. I'll just pass the turn. I probably surveil land and look for like a Dark Ritual type card. Opponent says no to Stoneforge. Scrubland comes down. They had a different Stoneforge, sure. Oh, Meteor Sword is like a thing, right? Yeah, Meteor Sword is a thing. That's pretty good against what I'm doing. All right. Things got a little tougher. Let's just find Thoughtseize. Herald? Play Herald, find Overwhelming Splendor. Meteor Sword is stuck in hand. Easy. I 4 Overwhelming Splendors. How could I ever miss? You. We could now eat a Mindbreak Trap. Imprint this. Throw down Herald. Come on, Overwhelming Splendor. Oh, this deck is so fucked up. I love it. GG's. We're 3-0, right? We're 3-0. Holy shit. All right. With no mana here, that is no fast mana. I think I just mulligan this one. I'm looking to send it when I am on the play. This'll send it on turn 2. Probably. I will keep here. It's not perfect. Opponent is going to 5. I will lead on a Marsh Flats. And I think in case this is a Storm deck, I'm going to play out the Lotus Petal as well. Basic Mountain. And pass turn. I think I surveil, despite Basic Mountain being a thing. Ancient Tomb gets me to the One Ring immediately. I kind of want to say no to that and get Basic Swamp this turn. Or alternatively, if I draw any card that I imprint, I can get my other one. Okay, yeah, so that's fine. So there can be imprinted black and then white from this. Let's get our basic white source. Snow-covered plains. Imprint Curse of Fool's Wisdom. And then drop the One Ring. I'll pass turn there. I can draw at my opponent's end step. Alright. It is Storm. There's a Ral. So my opponent has extreme cost reduction, does not have very many cards in hand. Let's see if I can do something that disrupts one of their things. Okay, cool. Swords is great. Oh, I don't have mana for Curse and Swords. That probably means that I play Swords over Curse. I just need the immediate impact here. And we'll see how my opponent does here with their stuff from exile. The Jeska's Wills are going to be a little weird if I fill my hand with the One Ring. Okay. My Curse of Misfortunes are significantly less good than just finding a Herald. I'm going to say no to Chrome Mox. I want to find my... Oh, nice. Do I draw with the One Ring in an attempt to look at 3 cards that could hit that one white curse? I think I do. Okay, that's a miss. I can duress my opponent, though. And that takes a card out of my hand, which is nice. Alright, hit Burning Wish. Alright, Herald. I believe in you. Find it, buddy. Never didn't have it. Yes! We knew what we were playing for. And that is why Curse of Exhaustion is in the Game 1 deck. GG's. So, how do I approach sidewarding? Disruptor Flute's really weird. I don't know that it's good here. I could go up to 8 effects that deal with Ral and Burgi type cards. Sometimes my opponent just makes enough mana that a Disruptor Flute on something like Burning Wish is simply not relevant. think I'm going to turn this into another one of these. I think randomly spiking Overwhelming Splendor is kind of cool. Go down a shadowy backstreet, like I've been doing in a lot of these games. I think I'm going to keep this like this. It's possible Disruptor Flute is better than I'm giving great credit for. Maybe Disruptor Flute shouldn't be in my sideboard. I keep getting paired against combo decks and not wanting to quite board it in. Either that or I just built the perfect 60 card main deck, and that's my problem. Not that I misbuilt the sideboard. I just have the Curse of Extinction in my opening hand. Lol, 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 lol. And I can play it on turn 2, Thought Seizing on turn 1. Basic Mountain. So I have enough mana amount to cast a Curse of Exhaustion, but not the correct colors. I don't have white here, which means that I'm just doing this, trying to take a Ruben Medallion or a Ral or whatever. Okay. The Rite of Flame and Desperate Ritual are both +1 mana. I think I'm taking Payoff. I don't know the current iterations of this deck well enough to know whether or not that is correct. My opponent is playing Jeska's Will. I could consider imprinting another card here. I could imprint Dark Ritual and then still have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana for Curse next turn. I think I'm going to do that. Yeah. There is certainly a correct answer to what I take there. I'm not going to take 5 minutes and run all the numbers on it. So there's Impulse. Cool. I win. Land drop. Target you. Yeah. There's Curse of Exhaustion. I think this lag spike is my opponent. Oh, nope, they're not conceding. But, like, they have to attack me 20 times with a Ral. Don't think that's going to go well. Boop. And then I'll just play Curse of Misfortunes, and the game is easy from there. Outside of, like, Chaos Warp, I can't think of anything red that answers an enchantment. 17. I'll Surveil my 1 copy of those. I'll take that. I'm not going to cast it immediately. Legitimately think it is better to cast Curse of Misfortunes. Target you. Get them. So I will take 1 damage here. Opponent can have a land drop and Rite of Flame in an attempt to flip Ral into a Planeswalker. Sure. I need to read Overwhelming Splendor real quick. Does that doesn't shut off Planeswalkers? Yeah, they can activate loyalty abilities. So I will Cruel Reality instead. Good stuff. Cast Curse of Deathhold on my opponent. So they have to sacrifice their Ral, and then on my next turn, I get Overwhelming Splendor, and all of their creatures are off forever. Versus is 4-0, folks. I'm playing for a trophy with this crazy meme brew. This is fantastic. GG's. All right. My opponent has revealed Yorion. That probably means Death and Taxes, which means if I resolve my big curses, I just win. This is not the hand where we want Curse of Exhaustion. I will mulligan that. I probably keep this. I have 3 mana towards my curse. Overwhelming Splendor goes back in the deck. I can Thoughtseize my opponent to buy time, but I'm pretty soft to Wasteland style effects here. Honest to goodness, Aether Vial. We'll take it. Herald? Herald is sweet. I will Thoughtseize my opponent. Fuck, there is Wasteland. I think I'm more scared of Stoneforge. Yeah. Like, I now know to be cognizant of Stoneforge for Meteor Sword. Fortunately, Wastelanding is just so good for my opponent. That's a fine draw. I will just floop down my land with the intention of doing a Surveil land at my opponent's end of turn. Aether Vial trigger got huge for some reason. Vista comes down. Let's Surveil. I am looking for mana in any form. Oh, that's awkward. I am sending that to the bin. That means that's not tutorable anymore. And I am missing my land drop. That's maybe okay. I can still Swords the end of turn Felia. And I don't need much mana. I need 4 or 5 mana once. And assuming I get that, I probably win. Yes. There's Felia. I'm going to take that as my opponent potentially has 2 of those. I think I'm going to accordingly swords in upkeep so that if they have a second one, they can't cast it and get the immediate on attack trigger value. Vial to 3. I get Thought Seized. My opponent probably should take Chrome Mox. Maybe should have played out my artifact mana, but like in the face of Felia, playing out Chrome Mox is really awkward. Opponent could try to take my mana, or they could take the Herald and force me to get to 5 mana, which might be better. I think holding the artifact mana is right. Like Skyclave and Flicker Wisp and stuff also exist. Ooh, another Wasteland. Yeah, I mean, this is what I was worried about. This is how I can lose this match, is by getting repeatedly Wastelanded. I will pass the turn here. Vial is going to 4. Land drop comes down. Another Vial is fine. I think I still Surveil land. Hitting Dark Ritual in particular is so huge. I will say no to the One Ring. It's just not mana. I mean, I guess I know that my opponent has swords. Is that ever relevant? I think that's going under a Chrome Mox. This is a weird game of Magic. Opponent's gonna fetch to thin in upkeep. Windswept comes down. Yorian's gonna go to hand and can start clocking me for 4. There we go. Chrome Mox. Imprint Duress. Lotus Petal. Dark Ritual. 4. And Lotus Petal will be 5. I currently know the exact contents of my opponent's hand. Presumably, Overwhelming Splendor into Cruel Reality beats my opponent. Opponent fetches. Shadowy Backstreet. It's like weird Flicker Wisp crimes that deny me Curse of Misfortune triggers that become problematic. It's a little hard to do that, though, right? With Vial on 2, not 3. So I will take 4. And now I get Overwhelming Splendor. Lotus Petal is whatever. Opponent's got 1/1s. Notably, remember, at the beginning of the game, I did surveil my Curse of Death's Hold away. So I don't have that tool in my toolkit. I don't think that's a problem. Take 1. Curse of Misfortunes. Say yes. Grab a Cruel Reality. I've drawn another Curse of Misfortunes. That's okay. And now that my opponent has to sacrifice a creature each turn, yeah. Whew. Oh man, we won the turn 9 one versus D&T. That feels good. We're relatively lucky that my opponent drew things like the Aether Vials and the Swords to Plowshares rather than extra Stoneforge Mystics that could have presented a Cauldra or a Batterskull or whatever and clocked me. So, I want this stuff. Duress is out. Curse of Exhaustion is out. And Curse of Fool's Wisdom can probably go. That gets me these 3 cards. One way or another, even if I don't get over the finish line here, this league has been incredible. Submit. This has 3 mana towards a Curse of Misfortunes, but is a pretty awkward hand. Do I just keep? It doesn't have black mana if I want to use Swords to Plowshares. The curse is just so strong, though. I think I mulligan. So this goes fetch land on 1, so I can't be wastelanded. And then Dark Ritual Herald. I think that's pretty good for a 6-card hand. I think I will keep that and get rid of an Ancient Tomb. In Herald we trust. Herald would never betray us. Fuck. Alright, I gotta go slower now. I can't Dark Ritual into Herald. I can still cast Herald on turn 3. And then Herald will be my creature, and whatever curse I find will be my non-creature. This is still okay. Deafening Silence is very strong, though. Plains, sure. I'm going to be wastelandable anyway. I think I will Surveil. No. Do not want to draw that right now. Flooded Strand is fine. There is an end of turn Felia. Windswept Heath comes down. Opponent fetches. No! Losing the Herald there is a big deal. Yeah. Okay, cool. At least there isn't something crazy that my opponent is blinking out here. 17. Like White Orchid Phantom, for example, could be kind of annoying. Just going to town on all of my lands. So Herald is my big hit. I think I am trying to look for another one. Deafening Silence comes back. I've drawn Overwhelming Splendor instead. I will pass the turn here. And my Curse of Death's Hold is castable, but is pretty awkward. Opponent knows the exact contents of my hand. You just name Herald there? Okay, opponent has named Curse of Misfortunes. Yeah, that getting into play as a top deck would be pretty darn bad. I like that name a lot. Like, there's more copies of the Curse in my deck than Herald by 1 as of right now, and opponent knows that I have the Ancient Tomb. Shadowy Backstreet. Opponent says no to Disruptor Flute. Unfelia does its thing, returning Deafening Silence. Another Dark Ritual. I believe that I do put this into play. I don't know. Oh, I didn't pay enough black. I don't know that this saves me all that much life. It just makes some of my opponent's options, like Orcish Bowmasters, significantly more awkward. Felia can just attack and send this out. Opponent chooses the Cruel Reality, sure. Making it cost 9 instead of 7. Keeps me from top decking an Ancient Tomb and getting it into play. Excuse me, 10. Disruptor Flute is +3. Alright, so opponent is just opting to continue to scale their creature up. And I'll end up removing that Felia. I will do this now because of Caracas as a draw. The Yorion will still kill me in 2 turns. The Yorion's still a problem. We'll see if my opponent wants to reset any of their Disruptor Flutes. They do not. So, I will have 1 draw. Oh no, that's not true. Second Deafening Silence. Alright, yeah. Anyway, because of the -1 of Curse of Death's Hold, I have a tiny bit more time. That Swamp is not going to do it, though. I have 7 mana. This is keeping me from casting Cruel Reality. Pretty close to just casting Overwhelming Splendor, though. Fuck. That's lethal. My opponent can blink out my curse. No. Yep. That'll do. And we're going to move to a Game 3 scenario for all the marbles. I don't think I am changing my sideboard plans. I could change the One Ring into a Rhodes, and that would be reasonable. Again, I think I just get a Curse of Misfortunes into play and win. So I'm looking to keep a hand that has Curse of Misfortunes or Herald. And the One Ring hands are like very, very, very secondary. I don't know that I ship them back or anything, but Herald and Curse are probably better than One Ring. Oh, not like this. That is no mana. I have to mulligan that. How much mana is this? 3 mana, 4 mana, 5 mana, 6, 7 mana? Hold on. No, this is 6 mana. I think I keep a One Ring hand. Goodbye, Cruel Reality. Yeah. 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 And I One Ring. And if my opponent's got turn 1 Deafening Silence, my Dark Ritual is worse. Otherwise, I probably play Curse of Misfortunes on turn 2. Is it Deafening Silence? Nope. Alright, I need 1 more fast mana from somewhere. From Mox will do. I think I am imprinting the Herald here. Yeah. Dark Ritual. Curse. And that'll probably do it. It's crazy how much of a difference Deafening Silence makes. Let's get that on screen. Let's get that trophy on screen. That one feels good. GG. Well, let's go ahead and wrap this one up. Overall thoughts on the deck list. The person who made this deck list must be handsome and smart. I think we can all agree. Folks, we ran hot today. The theory behind this deck is very good. Punch a hole and send it. And that pretty consistently worked today. But we did some things like spike the Curse of Exhaustion off of Herald of Amity and then draw it again in Game 2 versus Ruby Storm. I want to make it clear here that while I think this deck is pretty good, to 5-0 with anything, you need to run hot. The number of curses felt about right. I did just keep boarding in more pretty consistently. There's potentially room for improvement here. So for example, I don't think it's crazy to explore spirit guides. I don't think it's crazy to explore more Duress, Inquisition style effects. I didn't use. Did I use any of my sideboard today except for the 3 curses? I'm not sure that I did. It was difficult for me to figure out what to board out to board in other cards. Maybe I needed to be slightly less cowardly about boarding out the One Ring and boarding in additional interaction. Maybe, emphasis on maybe, the deck just beats creature stuff in game 1 without Swords to Plowshares. Just resolving Curse of Misfortune wins, so you don't need swords. Sword seems important for cards like Tamiyo, though. It's like Force of Will, your initial thing. Tamiyo, acquire a bunch of clues and stuff. Definitely is scary. And I can definitely see us getting tempoed out in game 1 on the way to 5 mana without the Swords to Plowshares. But Kevin, overall, we crushed it today with curses. I am very happy with this run. Thanks to everyone who hung out for the YouTube Live and helped me to refine this. I'm very, very, very happy with how this ended up. Plus, this was just maybe the most fun deck we've played this year. The Herald of Amity, roll the dice, like see what happens, try to hit the thing that I want to hit, tension. It is very, very fun. This one gets my seal of approval. This was an awesome league. And folks, if you have anything you want to see on the channel, remember the donation deck list information is in every single video description. I hope you all have a great rest of the day, and tag me in your curses screenshots when you do something disgusting. I would love to see more people having as much fun as I did playing this deck. Have a great day. See ya.